The following video will cover the samurai job quest from levels 50 to 60. In the quest Master Musasai wants to test us now that we are in possession of a soul stone capable of giving us the abilities of a samurai. We both head into the Old Dog Coliseum, and before we can face off, the man, the myth, the loser, Berold, interrupts the fight. He is unhappy that Musasai beat him at an earlier time and wants revenge, but Musasai one-shots him before continuing with your fight. A short while later, Musasai concedes the match as he is impressed with us. That's when Berold returns with extras to take us both out. We team up with the old samurai to take out Berold and his men. Musasai invites us to travel the lands to purge evil, which we accept. In the quest, The Sands of Debt, Musasai knows of a moneylender who is ruining people's lives. He gives money and charges obscene interest rate. We head to Storm's Blow to gather information. The common people know of the man in question and of the poor woman who is being taken into forced work because of debts she owes. We speak with the woman who tells us she borrowed the money to take care of her father, who can't take care of himself. That's when the man himself, Philip, appears and collects the girl. We step in, but Musasai stops us, as this is an agreement made between two people. Instead, Musasai has us follow Philip to find his base. Once we find it, we step in and isolate him from his hired help. We then turn Philip over to the brass blades, and Musasai tells us we will be heading to Lanosha next. In the quest Blood on the Deck, Musasai has already gotten word of a possible evil to exorcise. There's been someone on the lower docks attacking and killing with what seems to be a katana. In the market, we learn that the killings do not seem to have any connecting thread. Since the attacks are random, the best idea is to have a decoy walk along the docks to lure out the killer. We have Musasai's traveling companion, a Lalafell named Momozigo, be the bait. Soon after the operation begins, Momozigo is attacked. However, they scream like a banshee and run away. But Musasai is able to identify the blade being used, and that a merchant of Lanosha went to Kugane to buy it. Momozigo knows that the best bet for a wealthy merchant in the area is Gege Ruju in Costa del Sol, so we head over to speak with him. Gege is happy to help and names Gurumi Borlumi as the man, since he was bragging about a new katana he bought and that he wanted to know what the feeling of using it on a person. Luckily, Gurumi is having a party on his ship and invited Gege. However, he decided to give the invitation to us so that we can board and get to the bottom of this. On the ship, we confront Gurumi and he has his assassins try to kill us. They fail, so Gurumi sics his samurai for hire on us. We have a long duel but eventually win, and with nowhere to run, Musasai kills Gurumi and our work in Lanosha is done. Musasai then tells us we will be heading to Gridania next, which makes Momozigo uncomfortable. In the quest of Fraudster in the Forest, first, Musasai compliments us on how good we do samuraiing. Second, Musasai has not seen Momozigo since we got here, so we go a-looking. We ask around and find out that he got arrested by the Twin Adders. Turns out that back in the day, Momozigo did a spot of embezzling. Well, Momo ran off to the North Shroud because he was afraid of punishment, so we head after him. We find him getting attacked by the Ixal, and after rescuing him, he tells us that he was setting up a concert, and at the last moment, the talent canceled the show. He had a bunch of money from ticket sales and a large debt, so he did the only thing that made sense. Musasai, always one to punish evil, attacks Momo. However, instead of attacking the body, he attacks the spirit of evil hanging over Momozigo. But because Momozigo showed remorse for his actions, he isn't really truly evil. Though Musasai did say that Momo needs to pay back the people he stole from. Musasai also tells us that he is in Eorzea to find a fugitive samurai from Higanshi named Kogarashi. Up next, we will be traveling to Ishgard. In the quest, Tears in the Snow, there is a rumor that a couple threw themselves to their deaths. They were lowborn and a noble became sweet on the lowborn woman. Rumor has it he tried to split the young couple apart so that he could have the woman to himself. After asking around the slums, the incident seems to have a layer of suspicion on it, but we can't think of that right now because Momozigo is screaming, so we rush to help. We go to where we hear the scream from, but we only find a button. It seems that he was taken because of our investigation, so we go to talk to the noble we were asking about. However, it turns out that the noble did try to get the two broken up, but after the woman found out some noble's secrets, the two were disposed of to ensure their silence. The noble's father is the culprit behind it all. We head to the scene of the crime and take out some knights before Momozigo meets the same fate. Musasai speaks with the evil noble, but the talk falls on deaf ears, so Musasai kills him. However, it turns out Musasai is not well, and he all but collapses after the fight. Back in Ishgard, Momozigo tells us that Musasai has collapsed again, and now he is on bed rest, and that he doesn't have long left. In the quest, The Face of True Evil, Musasai has gotten out of bed and wandered off, so we go to find him. He is outside in the plaza, and he tells us he came to Eorzea for two reasons. One is to find and train a worthy pupil. The second was to punish the fugitive Kogarashi. Kogarashi was a samurai who trained a serial killer. In Hinganshi, the master is responsible for the actions of the pupil, so by creating a killer, Kogarashi by association was also a killer. Musasai has tried many times to punish this person, however time and again he failed, but he believes that we can be the ones to finally bring this culprit to justice. We head to Western Corythus, where Musasai says the killer is, and that's when he tells us that he himself is the master of the serial killer. He did not want to die after killing his pupil, so he fled Hinganshi. Now, however, he wants us to finish the job he couldn't. He attacks us, and without much choice we fight back. Musasai is a skilled fighter, however his old age and illness proved to be a big disadvantage, and so we eventually come out on top. However, we remember the time Musasai exercised the evil at a Momozigo, and so we do the same, hopefully returning some of Musasai's lost honor. He passes shortly afterwards, and we bury him on a cliff overlooking the western seas, just like he always wanted.